Diversity in AI. Is AI bias real? Imagine, for a moment, an artist's canvas. Blank, unbiased, waiting for the strokes of a brush. Now, consider AI as this canvas and our data as the strokes. Every piece of information, every interaction, and every input acts as a brushstroke, painting a bigger picture. However, what if the painter's vision is limited or skewed? For AI, data is the brush and palette. AI systems learn from the data we feed, whether they're simple content recommendation engines or advanced medical diagnosis tools. They're neutral in their core, devoid of intentions or emotions. But feed them biased data, and they reflect those biases right back. Now, imagine a child learning a language. The words they're exposed to shape their vocabulary and understanding. Similarly, AI models, particularly those rooted in neural networks, not only absorb, but can also amplify the patterns present in their training data. This absorption goes from simple misunderstandings, like a voice assistant misinterpreting an accent, to more critical errors in medical diagnoses. While the core of AI may be unbiased, the world it learns from, indeed, isn't. Rooted in its learning processes, these biases emerge glaringly in practical applications, such as facial recognition, voice recognition, and medical algorithms. These challenges often arise from a lack of training data diversity and the algorithm's intricacies. In the past, certain facial recognition systems displayed a higher accuracy rate for white faces than those of color. Why did this happen? The training data predominantly consisted of white faces. Thus, the AI wasn't well versed in identifying a diverse range of facial features. And how many times have you tried talking to a digital assistant like Siri or Alexa and found it struggling with certain accents? It's not because the technology is inadequate, it's because the system was trained on a limited set of voices, often lacking in diversity. Mistaking the color of skin on a face recognition system or struggling to communicate with Alexa is one thing, but imagine what happens when a medical diagnosis is based on the biased decision-making abilities of an AI system. You don't need to imagine, it already happened in US hospitals that use AI algorithms to allocate care. These algorithms showed racial bias, assigning lower risk scores to Black patients compared to white patients with similar health conditions. As we globally deal with these shortcomings, academic research and large platforms strive for algorithmic fairness. Policymakers need to catch up on this race, where money-making institutions and organizations are developing highly advanced technologies that have not been tested or approved by any regulatory bodies. While we're advancing technologically, we must also be socially responsible. Technology companies and platforms, especially those with a global reach, must protect vulnerable communities. Diverse teams and datasets are crucial. We as a collective societal body must ensure and enforce varied perspectives. We must understand and regulate AI architecture. As powerful as it is, as beneficial as it may be, AI shouldn't be the final arbitrator of complex societal issues. Human judgment and ethical considerations should always take precedence. It is a fact that throughout human history, the entrepreneurial spirit of private individuals and organizations helped humanity with their innovation and visionary thinking. Because of the Industrial Revolution, humans advanced, fought poverty, increased quality of life, and cured diseases. But at the speed at which technology advances now, when AI developers openly admit themselves that they do not understand or comprehend how and why AI systems behave a certain way, we might have reached a point where policymakers and regulators must work alongside technology companies to ensure parity and transparency. Would you fly on an airplane that has not been approved by the civil aviation authorities? It takes years of tests and scrutinized procedures for an airliner to be approved for safe flying. We have all witnessed what happens when profit before safety takes priority over aviation safety. 2 Boeing 737 MAX planes crashed because of coding issues, meaning that there was a flaw in the software development that caused an entire plane to go down, even though the pilots were trying frantically to save it. Would you take a drug that has not been tested or approved by the relevant drug administration bodies? It takes years or decades for certain drugs to be tested before they are classified as safe. Would you take a medication that hasn't been rigorously tested or approved by relevant drug administration bodies? We may consider the journey of a drug from its discovery to its approval for public use. Let's take the example of thalidomide. Thalidomide is a drug initially marketed in the late 1950s as a treatment for morning sickness during pregnancy. Due to inadequate testing, its catastrophic side effects were not identified until it had caused birth defects in thousands of babies. This tragedy led to significant changes in drug testing procedures and highlighted the profound importance of comprehensive evaluations before introducing any medicinal product to the public. If we are so strict and meticulous about the drugs we introduce to our bodies, shouldn't we employ the same rigorous scrutiny of the AI systems influencing our healthcare decisions? If not thoroughly tested, these AI systems might introduce biases, inaccuracies, or inconsistencies that could directly impact patient health. Consider the potential consequences of an AI system that detects tumors in medical imagery. If the system has been predominantly trained on data from one demographic, its efficacy may diminish for patients outside that demographic. A false negative could mean a delayed diagnosis, which might be the difference between life and death in the world of cancer treatments. Just as with drugs, the AI systems integrated into our healthcare need to be subjected to rigorous testing processes. This ensures that they are not only effective, but are also devoid of biases or harmful inaccuracies. Moreover, as with new drug introductions, the introduction of new AI systems should be met with regular scrutiny, ongoing evaluations, and an openness to modifications as new findings emerge. Suppose a drug must undergo rigorous trials to determine its effects, side effects, and efficacy. In that case, AI, which has the potential to influence life and death decisions in healthcare, must undergo equally, if not more, rigorous evaluations. We cannot let the attraction of cutting-edge technology blind us to the very real risks untested AI systems pose. There is no logical reason to allow untested AI systems to influence critical decisions in healthcare. If technology, intended for the betterment of humanity, inadvertently leads to harm, illness, or even death, we must question its unchecked implementation. Just as untested drugs can have devastating implications on individual health, so too can untested AI algorithms have far-reaching ramifications in broader societal contexts. Let's talk about the finance sector. AI-driven algorithms are now making split-second decisions on stock trades, loan applications, and fraud detection. If an algorithm is improperly calibrated or based on biased data, it could result in severe financial consequences for individuals or even destabilize markets. Remember the flash crash of 2010? While not solely the result of AI, algorithmic trading enhanced the rapid market decline, wiping out nearly $1 trillion in market value in mere minutes. In education, AI is being used to grade assignments, guide curriculum decisions, and predict student outcomes. But if the data used to train these algorithms is skewed, we risk perpetuating and amplifying existing educational inequalities. A biased AI could easily misjudge a student's potential based on their socioeconomic background, ethnicity, or even their zip code. In law enforcement, AI-powered facial recognition systems are deployed in many cities for surveillance. Without rigorous testing and validation, these systems risk misidentifying individuals, leading to unwarranted arrests or further institutionalizing racial biases in policing. In urban planning, AI algorithms predict everything from traffic flow to housing needs. An untested algorithm might direct city planners to build infrastructure that serves one demographic while neglecting another, leading to lopsided urban development and increased socio-economic disparities. The point is clear. Just as we wouldn't introduce untested medicines to the public, we shouldn't deploy AI algorithms without thorough testing and proper validation. These algorithms influence critical aspects of our daily lives. In some cases, they make life-changing decisions on our behalf. We must hold AI systems to a gold standard of scrutiny akin to the rigorous testing processes of the pharmaceutical industry. As AI becomes increasingly intertwined with our lives, our vigilance in its development and deployment must scale proportionally. With recent technological advancements, AI offers unlimited potential, but also grave dangers and challenges. Our understanding of AI, from its vast capabilities to its inherent limitations, has evolved alongside its growth. As with the rigorous testing for medications and aircraft design, the need for strict AI evaluation is crystal clear. Efforts are being made as we speak. The IT University of Copenhagen researchers, with their diverse team, are one example among many. Across the Atlantic, MIT's Media Lab has been working on projects that address AI ethics and biases. In Asia, institutions like Singapore's AI ethics and governance body have developed a framework to guide businesses in responsibly adopting AI technologies. The significance of diverse representation cannot be overstated. Just as organizations like the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media have emphasized the importance of representation in media, similar initiatives are essential for AI. Partnerships like the one between Google's DeepMind and the AI community in Africa focus on nurturing talent and ensuring AI is built with diverse voices. Recognizing the dangers and the need for testing and regulation is only the first step. Action must follow. As innovators, policymakers, and consumers, it's upon us to demand transparency in AI development and deployment. Collaboration is the key. Policymakers should work hand in hand with tech leaders. Regular audits, certifications, and perhaps even a global governing body for AI ethics could be the way forward. To truly harness AI's transformative potential, our vigilance and active engagement are incredibly important. We must ensure AI's trajectory aligns seamlessly with the ethics, values, and societal goals we cherish. We live in exciting times. Our collective responsibility is to innovate and ensure that innovation serves all of humanity fairly and justly.